First off, as I stated earlier, we are honored, absolutely honored, to have Congressional Medal of Honor recipient Gary G. Wetzel in attendance for the opening of Wisconsin's first and only permanent exhibit dedicated to Wisconsin's Medal of Honor recipients. Representing her brother, Lance P. Syjon, is Janine Syjon. Thank you so much. We're opening two exhibits here today. One is permanent, one is temporary. The temporary is called Decorating Our Heroes. That's immediately in this section here. What we wanted to do, for those of us who served in the military, wore the uniforms, we know the ribbons. Each branch of service sometimes will have their own variation of the ribbons, the medals. There's meritorious and there's valor. We are very much focused on the ribbons of valor. That starts with the Purple Heart. It moves to the Bronze Star with V device, Silver Star, and then you have the crosses. Distinguished Service Cross with the United States Army, the Navy Cross, and the Distinguished Flying Cross. And then immediately above that rises the Medal of Honor. Michelle, good to see you. Commander of the State of Wisconsin VFW. It's an honor to have you here today. We feel that we need to explain those ribbons. Most folks who did not wear the uniform, if it's a family member, they may get it because they probably helped with the making sure that the ribbon rack was done right and everything. They've learned through mom, dad, husband, wife, etc. But we want to make sure that you understand what it takes to achieve what Gary has done and all the other over 3,500 Medal of Honor recipients in the nation, history, and the 64 that are currently identified with roots, strong roots to Wisconsin. And while those Silver Stars and those Flying Crosses and those Bronze Stars with Valors and those Purple Hearts have incredible meaning, it was not an easy day for that individual either. It's just going to give you a little more perspective and understanding and the weight of what that blue ribbon with those 13 stars wrapped around the neck of that Medal of Honor recipient, assuming they came home. 60% since World War II, I believe, Gary, World War II, are posthumous. When you go into the exhibit, you're going to see 2 stars on each of those tiles. Those tiles were quarried in Wisconsin. That was an important piece. We wanted to utilize as much of Wisconsin material for the Wisconsin exhibit. The star that's inverted, the 5-pointed star. Some people have a question on that. Why did you invert that star above the name? If you look very closely at the ribbon that is around Gary's neck, it is an inverted star. There are 3 versions of the Medal of Honor. The Army's, the Navy, to which the Navy, the Marines, and the Coast Guard will wear, and then the Air Force. As we explain that level of detail, symbolism is in everything in that exhibit. If there is a name in a tile that has a small upright 5-pointed star, that is posthumously received. That means that individual was killed in action, specifically related to that action in which they had received the Medal of Honor. You will note when you look at the tiles, it gets to that 60% plus of the World War II tiles. It was the worst day in anybody's possible life to go through and receive this because someone was dying, someone was being severely wounded, and or friends and battle buddies, etc., were being killed and wounded as well, not only the enemy. Please understand that this is intended to be an open area. We are not a museum, we are a memorial. We are here in partnership with Milwaukee County, and I just saw County Executive Crowley, thank you, sir. I knew you were going to make it, exactly. The War Memorial Center, which is a private 501c3, and the community. You help keep our doors open. You keep this alive. It's in an area that's actually a hallway. That's space between War Memorial space and the Art Museum, which is the third partner in this community. So it has to be open and flowing and free, but it still has to carry the weight. There's a kiosk that you can interact with. We have individuals who are inside that will help you if you want to become familiar, and then the screens above. And we really hope this inspires. There are display cases where we have artifacts that have been assembled. Each artifact is specific to Medal of Honor recipients from Wisconsin. This is phase 1 of a phase 2 program. We announced last night to our very special attendees to have the first preview of this. We reached 98% of a $500,000 capital campaign, and this was launched in February. Capital campaign specifically to build this. Ladies and gentlemen, when people found out about this exhibit was being done, they came just rushing in. They wanted to honor this. This was a critical piece. Phase 2, POW MIA searchable database of all of Wisconsin's who never came home and are still missing. We'll be working with the University of Wisconsin-Madison, who has the Department of Defense primary contract for biogenetics and identifying missing in action, and we'll be working with the Department of Defense POW program as well to build that program. That is phase 2. We are effectively launching that campaign this fall as we build that. Our goal is to have that section of this interactive exhibit open in 2023. And the reason why 2023, on January 28th, 1973, the United States finalized the Paris Peace Accords. That was a negotiation with the North Vietnamese, and they agreed if you were still alive and you were a prisoner of the POW or remains, that those remains needed to be coming home. They had until March 29th of that same year to have those individuals released and start to receive the remains. Today, March 29th is known as Vietnam War Veteran Day for that very reason. Next year marks the 50th anniversary of that, and it's specific to the POWs of Vietnam. And we will take it even beyond that, and we'll be focused on all of Wisconsin's. So that is a special preview and announcement to you all today. I really do want to thank our Operation Advanced team, and Candy was one of the members. The folks who are assembled up here that will be observing are members of the team who helped build this, design this. You're going to see a couple familiar faces as you become more and more familiar with the Michael McCormick mini documentary that we did of these two wonderful researchers, Margaret. You know what I mean? Your video is going to speak for itself. And we want to take that to a film festival as well. And then Bailey, who designed that as a UW-Milwaukee film student on behalf of this exhibit. This is amazing collaboration of coming together. Brannigan, our agency of record and team, which then of course leads us to our Medal of Honor recipient, Janine. So, we want to welcome you. Please spread the word. This is a downloadable microsite of the content once you get in. You can put it on your phones, you can take it with you. And we have a strong education program that is tied to this. We have lesson plans. We are taking this into classrooms. And Gary, you have told me for as long as I've known you, sir, classrooms, let's get this into the schools. Let's get the education going on about selfless service, sacrifice, patriotism, integrity. And that's what we're doing, sir. We're taking not only your story, we're taking Lance's story, Janine, and we're taking the stories of other Medal of Honor recipients in a classroom setting to get this rolling. So, if you would, please, Gary, come around. Janine, would you join him? As we do the formal ribbon cutting. And where did the very large scissors go?
I saw that.
I'm sorry, we don't have goggles. Don't hurt yourself. Join them. Come around. Right there.
Would you mind if I said one thing?
Yes.
I want to thank you all for coming here. Math is not loud. I see so many familiar faces over and over and over again. And we see you. And we thank you. And you can't imagine how much comfort that brings to us that you're still here. You're still loving and supporting us. And we know this. So thank you so much.
Drum roll, please.
We open this for you.
I'm not as good
Wait, I got Gary.
You gotta
Gary
give
and
that
that.
to Janine.
Oh,
Gary? I promise to, you want smaller scissors? Please, welcome.